one final stock to talk about, and that's a new one for us, Conduit Capital. It's an investment holding company, really. It used to have all sorts of other things going on it, but its principal core business is Constantia Insurance Group, which is, a modest but substantial-ish player in our local insurance market. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Its market cap is 646 million rand, so a lot smaller, price to earnings ratio of 19.69. It's not showing as having a dividend yield. But what happened there was, over the years, it did different things. There were different people involved with it. Jason Druin, the CEO, had all sorts of ideas. But it looks as though Sean Riskovitz, which is a youngster, South African, who's based in New York here, who's like investing in South African companies and taking a more sort of activist stance, has basically flushed out the old management team. The Constantia core business run by Rob Shaw remains ongoing, but Riskovitz wants to do different things. But tell us what you know about these guys.
So yes, quite right. It was about a year ago, quite a substantial change in the guard, let's say, from the top. Sean Riskovitz coming in, quite active investor in small caps in South Africa. Culgro is another one he's bought in, and interestingly, he announced a
joint venture,
JV cross-selling thing. Constantia, Robert Shaw, well known to the South African insurance market. They're managing the succession quite well on that side. They've said he'll retire in about 2 years.
And how substantial is Constantia? Is it a significant player on our local market?
Yes, it's got several billion in premium income, and so it's a well-established player. What they're trying to do is enhance that operation. So they've traditionally reinsured a lot of the risk there and kept less for their net account, so to speak. And I think you'll see that change in the last set of results. They increased their net retained premium rather than reinsured a lot. So I think you'll see that to try make that program more efficient. And then they talk about these, again, similar to Berkshire Hathaway, emulating that model, non-insurance related investments, and try to use the float to generate
which is
investment
fine
income.
as far as it goes, but shareholders need to understand that the more flavoursome the investment strategy is, the higher the potential for downside. I mean,
Yes, and you may have a more volatile earnings, quite choppy earnings as a result, and they do speak of that.
Well, there you go. So the market obviously likes this transition, although it's still early days, and I think quite a significant number of the shareholders in the new Conduit under Sean's administration is from offshore. So that's either his funds or friends of his.
Yes, correct.
That kind of hunt in the pack.
Yes.
So do you like it? Are you hot or not on it?
I do. It's relatively cheap, I must say. It trades at a small premium to NAV. So I think you're getting a cheap, and maybe there will be something in this change of strategy. So I think it's worth having a little bit in the portfolio. Of course, not a lot. It's a relatively small cap, but it could have some upside.
Okay, so you're going hot on it. Well, my general rule, if it's got a market cap of less than R1 billion, it's not hot for me, so I'm going to go with not hot, just on account of being old and grumpy.